Where your focus goes, energy flows. Why is that? Because you're focused and you're really paying attention to it. And that's how you accomplish the things you want to do, achieve your goals, all of that. I'm Lenny Wennerstrom, and I am here to help you find your purpose. I use a book by Dr. Shad Helmstetter to read a passage every day that can guide you with a positive self-talk, your self-talk. And it's 365 Days of Positive Self-Talk for Finding Your Purpose by Dr. Shad Helmstetter with his amazing blessing. And so today is day 135, May 14th. 231 days left in the year. We are 36.87% complete with 2024. So it is time, it is always time to really focus on ourselves. And I'm not talking about focus on ourselves as in it's all about me in the way of not caring about others. I'm talking about focusing on yourself, on how can I reach my full potential? How can I be the very best, change what I don't care about, what I don't like about me and don't care that is in my life? How can I do that? And focusing on me is a really good way to see what it is that I want in life and what have I seen that I don't want for that contrast. And the contrast is, this is what I don't want, this is what I do want. And so I'm going to focus on what I want. Straightforward. I was talking about it a little bit yesterday about my daughter, who she was talking about, in my motorcycle when I learned how to ride the bike. It was always look before you turn or do anything. It's like look and then go steer and then steer into your eyes take you, your body takes you, before the bike takes you. Know where you're going. And it served me very, very well, because before, when I wasn't doing that on my motorcycle, it was not very fun. You're like forcing a turn. So that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. And this passage is, everything ties into everything, because positive self-talk, when you're talking about raising your frequency, raising your vibration, being the best that you can possibly be, everything ties into that in some way, because self-talk is foundational. It's very foundational. We just got a new grill, and so the puppies are moving around it. Anyway, so it's foundational for the human brain. For if you want to change the brain, the way the brain works, the mechanics of the brain is your command center. Guess who gets to command their command center? You. Okay, so May 14th, here is your passage, and we'll get back to that. I am curious, inquisitive, and full of questions about me. The more I learn about myself, who I am, and what I want to accomplish with my life, the more I like the person I'm choosing to be. The more I like the person I'm choosing to be. Now, let's turn it around into second person. You are curious, inquisitive, and full of questions about yourself. The more I learn about yourself, the more you learn about yourself, who you are, and what you want to accomplish with your life, the more you like the person you are choosing to be. How empowering is that? How empowering is that if you say that to yourself every single morning? You wake up every single morning. How about if you say that before you go to bed at night, and you say that 3 times, and then you wake up and you say it again, and then before you go to sleep you say it again the next day, and you say that for 3 weeks, 30 days, 21 days to change a habit. It's actually that begins the self-doubt starts to unravel. And that's really where it starts, just about then. So this is really powerful, because what I was talking about before is when you focus on you, where you place your focus, energy goes. I'll use another analogy, and I'll use the analogy of the one I've used before. Sorry, I just did sprints and I drink water. I have to drink water. I've been following this amazing doctor who talks about sprinting as the best form of exercise. And I've run pretty much all my life and done stationary bike, like super fast. I body built. I did all kinds of stuff. And then I got certified in something called Eccentrics, which I absolutely love, which it's a full body dynamic workout. So it moves the fascia in your body. And so you can always move. You always, no matter how old you get, and you'll always have that movement. And so it just, it really, doing all these things have been so wonderful. Yet from being in the 10th grade, plus just hardcore growing up, like always very, very active, from my sophomore year, 10th grade, all the way until I body built just even into my 30s, but mostly I did it hardcore into my late 20s. So I did some damage to my body, and I'm only sharing that with you because I just sprinted, and so my mouth is dry, because I'm always trying something new to optimize my body, optimize my brain. And the sprinting helps to optimize your body. Remember I was telling you about the fast twitch and slow twitch muscles, and so that's why and so I'm just explaining, because here I am doing this video, and I'm like getting just because I just finished doing it about, I don't know, just a little bit ago. So, and it feels so good. I feel so good. Okay. So we were talking about putting the focus on you focusing, and the analogy that I was that I'm going to use is that magnifying glass. And have you ever taken a magnifying glass and put it on a patch of grass in the summer, or any time when the sun is shining brightly, and you take those rays, like those intensified rays of sunshine, and it goes through the magnifying glass onto the patch of grass, and all of a sudden there's like a little puff of smoke. I did this when I was growing up a lot. There was a puff of smoke, and then it actually would go burst into a little fire if it was dry. And so you can see how powerful that focus of the light of the sun on that grass, and look at the result. What was the outcome of that focus? Fire. Achievement, right? Purpose achieved, if that's what you wanted to do. So when you put that focus on yourself, when you are curious, and I'm going to use these, when you're curious and inquisitive and full of questions about yourself. Who are you? Why are you here? What's your purpose? What are you doing about life? When you stay in bed because you're pulling the covers over your head and all of that, why? Why are you not getting up? What drives you? Why are you here? And spiritually, what do you believe? What do you believe in? And what are you going to do tomorrow? What are your goals? Have you set goals? Have you written goals? And then you ask yourself, the more you learn about yourself and who you are, and you're asking yourself, who am I? And you're answering that question over days, months, years, as you do research. And I'll tell you right now, on planet Earth, you're a compilation of your programs. We've talked about that a lot. And you get to change those if they're negative or aren't serving you. And spiritually, you're a light being, and you're so much more than that. But what is it that you really want? And what you want to accomplish with your life? What do you want to accomplish with your life? What's your legacy? What is the legacy you'll leave behind? And then you say to yourself, because this is what happens. The more you answer those questions, the more you see yourself, the more you focus on what you really want and who you really are, and what you really want to be, do, change, become. The more you focus on what your purpose is, why you're here, the more you have meaning, the more you have direction. And then the last part of this comes into play, and it's the more you like the person you're choosing to be, because that is the power. loving yourself, liking yourself, looking in the mirror. We've talked about that mirror talk. That's how I call it, mirror talk. I forget what it's, I don't know, other people call it other things, but it's looking in the mirror and smiling and saying how awesome you are and looking yourself in the eyes and just looking at the light. Like, don't just look at the color of your eyes or the whites of your eyes to see how white they are, or your eyelashes to see how short or long, or to pick yourself apart. No, look deep into your eyes. And what do you see? It's beautiful. You can see directly into your soul. So why are you here? Are you spending time trying to find your purpose? Really nailing it down this lifetime to figure out what it is you really want in life? Are you asking yourself those questions? Are you inquisitive? Are you curious? Are you the rudderless boat where there's no rudder, the waves are knocking around, other boats with rudders are going past you and they're making big old waves and you're just like in the water? Is that you? Do you know anyone like that? Is that you? Or have you found your purpose? Have you found meaning in your life and found the direction that you want to go? That is amazing when you start to look into that mirror, look deep into your eyes, look into your soul, because your soul knows, who are you? Who are you? Why are you here? So being curious and inquisitive and full of questions about yourself. So I'll read this one more time. I hope this is helpful. Helpful. and I hope you're enjoying these. And I really would love for you to, my little card. Look, my Mother's Day card. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, it fell out of my book because I just got here earlier today after being with my daughter and with Farmer Jose. and so it's just in my book here. I just have it in my book. I didn't want to lose it. So I would love for you to share my videos. I would love for you to comment. I love to engage with the comments. And I get so few right now that I can engage with every single one of them. I know someday they're going to be like wild and crazy and I'll just have to go like. You know, I actually like this small, intimate setting. I really do. Yet I want to ripple out and really help people to find who they are, find their purpose. And I feel strongly about, if you're watching, that you know, if you have watched more than a few of my videos, that you know now that you can change your mental programs. And you now know that over 77% of your conscious programming is negative. It's negative. It holds you back. It's harmful. You feel sabotaged, like you're self-sabotaging, and it's not you, it's your programs. It's it's not even the 77, that self-sabotage is not even the 77% usually. It's the 90% in the subconscious, which is running on autopilot. When you're not thinking and you're not mindful, you're mindless. And that's like when you go into the kitchen or the bedroom, you're like, why did I come into this room? What was I going to get? You were not present in that present moment. And there are a lot of elderly people, like even my age, actually younger. I remember in my 50s when people would say this. And I'm in my 60s. I'm 62. And they would say, what do they call them? I don't know. Oh, elderly moments? A senior moment. And, you know, that's a program. That's a program that gets perpetuated throughout society because we allow those things. We are not using our brains. We are not cultivating our brains. We are not learning something new every day. And overall, when we say those kinds of things, those are programs. And we can change those. Every single one of us, you can change your programs. So it doesn't matter whether you are 20, 30, 40, 80, 90, you can change your programs. You can change, you can find your purpose. You can do absolutely anything. You can be anything. I don't care if you're 90. You can absolutely make a humongous impact in your own life and find happiness, find satisfaction, find peace. You can find the programs that lift you. You can choose those programs. And the only way I know to do that, and I know that there are different ways, like through meditation, where you spend hours or at least an hour a day really focused and meditating. I don't know a whole lot of people who will do that. Like, I mean, that's a minority. I mean, I love going into meditation. Yeah, that's not the way I would like to change my brain. I want to do it passively. I do speak another language. I speak Spanish, and I can trip along in Italian and understand a little bit of this and that. And I love languages, and passive, like really learning passively, learning those languages. You're just through listening. Excuse me, just through listening passively. Let me get a drink of water, and I'll finish my very wise. My very wiseness. Sometimes I get so serious. And it's not, well, I was going to say, it's not that I'm serious. I am very, very passionate about this. I don't get paid to do this. I come on here because I love doing this. This is my passion. And, I only have space for a total of 10 clients for my coaching. I am going to start doing some group coaching so I can make up some more space. But that's not real scalable, as you know. And so I don't come here because I'm trying to get rich. I'm coming here because I care about you, and I care about all of humankind, and because I've learned about neuroplasticity so long ago, but didn't know until last year, like really understand how to make the plastic brain work for me. I knew that I knew I needed to repeat things, and I had affirmations all over the place, and affirmations are not positive self-talk. It's a different ballgame. But I mean, they're still wonderful, but they're not repeated enough for them to become self-talk, and they're not really specific. Like self-talk is specific, like where you want to go. You are directing your mental computer. This is your computer. This is your control center. It's your control center, and you get to direct it. And if you don't direct it, all the programs that you have gotten up until now, the 90% that are, you don't even know what they are. None of us know what they are. That's up to, researchers tell us that up to 90% of our subconscious, and most of them are negative. They're running the show. Those are running the show until you take charge and rewire your brain. And the brain is plastic, and it can take that. And I don't mean plastic in a plastic way of plastic bottles. We all have our programs about that, right? But I mean, it's malleable. It moves. It changes. You create new neural pathways. And so when you listen to the language of positive self-talk that Dr. Shad Helmstetter created, it's very specific, giving your brain very specific directions as to what it is to do in order to support you on your journey here on planet Earth. And I am passionate about that, about you changing. And just imagine you changing for what you want, you putting in the programs that you want, so that you can live a very positive and productive life, and feel excited about every single day that you have your purpose, you have meaning, and you know exactly where you're going. You may not know exactly where you're going to end up, but you have created goals around that. You know what the obstacles are. You've created a plan, like your action steps on how to handle those obstacles, and you are like right on, right? You are focused like that magnifying glass. It's focused on that piece of glass with the sun coming through, and it is that little piece of grass goes into a little flame, which you quickly get rid of. Put your foot on so it doesn't start a forest fire. But you see what I'm saying? The energy behind your focus on yourself. It's not about thinking you are the greatest. You are so wonderful. You're the most beautiful girly or guy in the world. No, it's not about that. It's about loving yourself. It's about asking the questions, being inquisitive and curious and wondering, really asking yourself, who am I? Why am I here? Like, what is life about? What is my purpose? What should I be doing? Like, is this, and it's not so much, I always try and change my words a little bit, but the shoulds, but it's true in that word, like, where should you be? Like, what is your path? What is the path? Because that could be that maybe you're not on your path. And should you look elsewhere? Should you look at a different way of being, something you want to change in your life? So, all right, I do get a little bit on those things as I'm just like super excited. Life can be very difficult. You can encounter many, many challenges that you think you're not able to overcome. That can be a death of a loved one. That could be a breakup of a boyfriend or a girlfriend that just sends you spinning and you have no idea. That could be incredible loneliness where you just feel all alone. It could be that you live with people who are so negative, a negative spouse, a negative children, negative whatever, and you're just constantly battling to be positive. And I'm telling you how in the face of all of these things, no matter what, you could lose your home. You could, a fire could come and you could just take your home, a flood. Like, these are all that we all go through, very traumatic, dramatic things that happen to us in life. It's the adventure of being on planet Earth. And as I've said before, my belief is we chose it all. So how could it possibly be wrong? How can we find and balance ourselves in the midst of the turmoil when a family member just is so sick and takes all of your time that you can't even really focus on your business? How can we, when somebody leaves us and we feel so lonely, like our mother on Mother's Day, and it's just like we feel so lonely because our mommy is gone, and how do we get through that? That's the human experience. We get through that, and I'll tell you, spiritually, that is having compassion. Like, first having that compassion energy. I really want you to understand, when you have compassion for self, it's just like this flow. Allow this golden shower of compassion energy to just flood your body, the divine, the light. Let it flood you. And then turn to your self-talk. Turn on that app. Go put in, I think it's stress, worry, and depression. Positive self-talk for stress, worry, and depression. And positive self-talk for resolving problems, for solving problems. I think that's what it's called. These things, they will lift you. They are encouraging and very encouraging, and they are structured so well to tell the brain how to move yourself forward. And you just start feeling better. You start feeling more positive. And that's how you get through those moments. And it's one foot in front of the other. Yeah, but listen to your self-talk. Fill yourself with compassion energy. And then listen to self-talk. And then see what happens from there. And then when things are just, they're okay and you're moving through, or they're good, or however else, then listen to this self-talk. Listen to the inner and give yourself the tools to succeed, to find success in every single area of your life. I am curious, inquisitive, and full of questions about me. Now, I'm going to read it second person because I want to talk to you. You're going to be saying this to yourself, but I want you to hear it as I'm saying it to you. And then this is when you start saying this stuff and saying these phrases, not this stuff. It is this stuff, but these self-talk phrases, which are so positive, so uplifting, so empowering, and give you your next steps. They're the how-to. It's how to live a quality life. Everything I am teaching you, everything I am sharing, everything that Dr. Shad Helmstetter shares in his positive self-talk, in the app, everything, it's to empower you, and it's to teach you how to live a quality life, a life that you love, a life where you're spiraling up in everything rather than spiraling down in depression and worry and don't have enough money, don't have enough this, I'm not good enough, I'm not strong, the worthiness, all of these things. Don't have a partner, don't have, it's instead of, it's like, you know what, this is a really good time. I have, I don't have a partner right now, and so this is a time for me to really do some self-exploration and be curious and inquisitive and be full of questions about yourself and start really working on yourself, and when you feel really lonely, when your mommy has transitioned, she's still there, that energy is still there overlooking you, but you feel alone, right? So you're not alone, and it's really understanding. It's more fun on planet Earth to be with somebody. I get it. I don't mean be with to go do things with people, and I totally get that because I'm alone a lot of the time. So I totally get the feeling lonely. So so I'm just sharing with you that we all go through these things, and the self-talk, it really can lift and encourage you and help you to move through these phases. And more than that, you start to live the quality of life that you want to live. Let's see what we got a new girl. See, look, I brought it in. There's the puppies. Look at the sun, like all the snow just, 2 days ago? Now it's still on the mountains. But look at the clouds. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. Beautimousness come alive. So the sun came out. It's gorgeous. I love it. I'm going to read this the last time. Oh my gosh, I've really gone on. I always say that. That's a program. I've always gone on. Oh my gosh. It's and you can obviously, if you're still watching, you obviously know you can click off anytime, right? So if this is for you, it's for you, and you're still here, and thank you. I appreciate it. So and please share this video. Please comment. And more than anything, let's ripple the good news, and that you can optimize your brain. You can be amazing in absolutely everything, every single area of your life. You can find success as you define success in every single area of your life. So May 14th, you are curious, inquisitive, and full of questions about you. The more you learn about yourself, who you are, and what you want to accomplish with your life, the more you like the person you're choosing to be. And is that not beautiful, empowering, and just full of wisdom from your higher self? I love you so very, very much. Oh, you can do this. You can find your purpose. You can be and do and change, absolutely, and become anything that you want to be, do, change, become. Absolutely you can. And I believe in you. I believe in you. You can do this. As always, shining my light to brighten yours. Love you, cutie butt. We will see you tomorrow. Ciao.